Welcome back to Nobody Asked for This. I am Keaton.
And I am Brandon.
And this is episode 5 of Nobody Asked for This. We took a week off last week.
We did.
What was it? What did we... We couldn't line our schedules up, but what was last week?
Thanksgiving.
Oh, Thanksgiving. But did we have... No, we were just busy.
Yeah,
so
we're busy.
Life gets in the way of stuff.
We're not getting paid for this, you know.
Yeah, we're not getting paid for this. We don't have any sponsors or anything. A toothpaste thing got me on Facebook today. Silver City, hit us up. We will take your money. Because we know you got boatloads of it. But a toothpaste thing got me on Facebook today, an ad. And it was a really good ad because it was this, well-off / millennial-looking guy, and he's like, most toothpaste don't work. This isn't a toothpaste, it's a tooth serum. And they have this dude in the dentist chair, and he has him lean back, and they've got the little, gun thing spreading his lips open. And he squirts the toothpaste stuff on his tooth, rubs it, and then rubs it off, and it's, visibly different. And then he's like, scrub, it's, visibly different. And so it's tooth serum, not a toothpaste. Bought it, did it. So,
you bought it?
Yep, Dory's in there in the
Facebook
other room.
ad got
Dory,
you.
I bought it, is only $19. So, expensive toothpaste.
How much was shipping and handling?
I don't know.
It was not.
What?
Oh.
What was what? Hello?
$19.
It's a tooth serum, not a toothpaste.
$19.
Listen, I have always not had perfectly white teeth. I've just had light yellow teeth.
Strips.
And I've tried all the whitening strips and tried all the things. I don't have a horrible diet at all, but I think I just naturally don't have white teeth. And so hopefully that works out. And hopefully if you get some, your wife doesn't go, $19 from the other room while you're filming and recording a podcast. So I'll let you know about the tooth serum.
Yes, I want to know about
Tooth serum. Sounds like truth serum.
I think that's a spin they were trying to go.
That's what they're trying to... Oh, maybe, yeah. Anyways, so...
You didn't put that together.
No, I didn't. I was like, oh my gosh, look at it does to the teeth.
That's how they get you.
But one of my friends, and you know this person as well, but we'll leave them unnamed, but their child does things sometimes, and they're like, what the heck? What were you thinking? What are you doing? So let's see if we can dive into the teenage mind for a second.
Oh.
Why are teenagers, preteens so stupid? And it's not an insult because we've all been that age.
Yeah.
Right? But why are they so stupid?
Well, we
put you on the spot.
We can go with the scientific answer.
Science, okay.
Critical thinking has not kicked in yet.
Okay.
And I think it's the frontal cortex or the
frontal lobe.
Frontal lobe is not fully developed until you're 25.
You work in a hospital, don't you know that stuff?
Yeah, that's what they teach me. Yeah. Anyway, so I think it just when you are at a certain age, especially when you're 15 or 16. You're going through your hormones, and you might be you might be in a public school or private school or homeschool or whatever. You got all the questions, a lot of things are happening to your body that you don't know, a lot of feelings you're getting for the first time.
What's the video they do in public school, your changing body or something like that?
Yeah, I just think of the Captain America pulling the chair around.
Yeah.
Let's talk about you. And so I think it's just you say things or do things that you don't think retrospectively, or in a hindsight. Probably looking back on it, probably wasn't a good idea to sneak out at night or whatever you did.
And if you grab a teenager and say, you think that was a good idea? No. They know.
Yeah.
They're not stupid. But they do stupid stuff.
Yeah.
We did stupid stuff.
Oh, for sure. I've done my great deal of foolish things in my teen.
A different episode.
What am I, 5 years removed from teenage now? Oh.
I don't know. Yeah, 5 years removed from teenage.
That hurts.
19-year-old, that doesn't feel like a teenager. Once
Because
you're
you're in college, you're at college age. You're
still a teenager.
You might be out of the house already. Or you
Probably
might...
still doing stupid stuff.
Oh, for sure. I did stupid stuff when I was 19.
You
never stop doing stupid stuff.
That's true.
It's just the caliber. The caliber just gets more expensive the older you are. You know what I mean?
When you go through a midlife crisis and buy a motorcycle, it's like you were a teenager. You would have done that if you had enough money.
Yeah. And then that mistake is a monthly payment.
Yeah. It's not you're grounded for 3 days or whatever, or your curfew's different now. But moral of the story is that they just don't think through the consequences. They can't see past the moment. And I don't think that, when they do dumb stuff that they're thinking about how it's affecting other people, like their parents or siblings or other kids around them or whatever. So inside the teenage mind,
there's also social pressures too.
Social pressures, you know,
this person did that thing and they didn't get in trouble, or they get
to do that all the time.
Yeah, they told me to do it. I had to.
Mm-hmm. So, moral of the story is your kids aren't stupid. They just do stupid stuff.
Yeah.
And if they don't do stupid stuff yet, they're gonna. So, just wait. Just put the timer on and just see how long it takes. Kind of goes into our next one, though, and I wanted to get on a soapbox about this, is youth sports.
Oh.
And so you and I have slightly different experiences with youth sports, but similar at the same time. And so, but youth sports, I think, are totally different, even from when we were in them, and then when, like, my brother, who's 8 years older than me, was in them, and they're super crazy, and I think maybe even more time-consuming than they were back then, 10 or so years ago, 15 years ago. And they've just gotten out of control, I think.
Out of control in what way?
I think the time commitment for the family. If you look at youth sports now, so if it's baseball or club volleyball or basketball or whatever it is, if you're on those club teams and they're traveling or whatever, the kid has practice, 5 or 6 times a week, and it's, definitely more than an hour, maybe like more than 2 hours a night. And then, if it's not every weekend, multiple weekends throughout the season, they're gone, and they're probably out of town. It's not just, at the local gym, that then the family has to also, be at, because they're going to take their kid, they're going to go support their kid. Maybe they have other kids that have to come along also. And it's just turning into this lifestyle, not so much for physical activity or bettering the kid, physically or athletically, or making them a better, well-rounded individual, I think, where it's becoming this thing that detracts from maybe the family, is what I see from the outside looking in on some. Now, that's probably not the situation for everybody, right? But I think that I have, maybe it's just that I've gotten older and then I look at it this way now, is that I see damage that's probably done, whether it's to the kid or to the family as a whole, with super, super intense youth sports. And I say that as someone that competed at a high level in my sport, and that took a lot of time and money from my family to do that sport. So not saying it, being naive or anything, but like I just think that looking at it now, like I'll be hesitant to probably put my kids in certain sports because of the potential outcome that could come out of it. Thoughts, Brandon, go.
All right. So, are you saying
Taffy number 3, Silver City, if you want to throw that sponsorship money at us?
Yep. Are you saying that the caliber of the sport is too competitive at the age? Or are you saying just that just of how demanding it has become? Okay, so I think I don't
think there's a way around it. I just think that it's demanding.
Yeah, I definitely think that sports is at a higher elevation than it was when we were adolescents playing. Maybe that's because of media being more important, or maybe there's more eyes on sports, or maybe it's just there's more money put towards sports nowadays. And maybe like back in the day, there was less opportunity to play sports depending on where you lived or if you were good enough to play. So there was less, of a demanding schedule. But now I feel like everybody and their dog plays sports, no matter how athletic they are.
Yeah. Because there's an A team, B team, C team, D team.
Yeah, exactly. Like when I was in, it was like you either on the varsity or junior varsity, and that's it. And if you didn't make it, you didn't make it. Sorry, try again next year. But now it's like, okay,
everybody's a winner. Everybody can play.
This one kid who's never touched the ball in his life is going to be on the team, and he's going to be practicing 3 times a week, and he's going to be traveling a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think even I played high school basketball, and we did practice 3 times a week in a game once a week. Sometimes 2 games if there was a tournament or whatever on the weekend. So that wasn't too demanding. but I also was in cross country and track, and they kind of intertwined every once in a while, or every season. So that was demanding, but that was multiple sports.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also just something. You have kids doing multiple sports nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
You got a kid in track, you got a kid in cross country, you got a kid in football, you got a kid in soccer, you got a kid in baseball, and you got a kid in fall ball. And then those kids do club sports in the summertime, which also is summer ball or whatever, AAU or whatever your kid is in. So I think it's just sports has just grown exponentially, which has a larger bandwidth for people to play, allowing more of the family to be intertwined with the schedule. So maybe it's just, just that's how it is. But I think it is too demanding for sure. I think it's good to, I'm not a parent at all, but I feel like you just put your kid in a sport and then see if they like it. And if they don't like it, don't make them play it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know I'm not going to have my kid play a sport that they don't enjoy, because that would be pointless. Now you're probably going to finish the season.
Oh, yeah.
But we're not going to continue to play something that you don't have fun doing, and we don't see a value in. But then, if we look at a sports schedule of a club volleyball player, and she's practicing, 5 times a week and then has a tournament on the weekend. And the practices are 2 hours, and they're in the evening. They're start at 6, go to 8 or whatever. When are you sitting down as a family to eat dinner? When are you making sure you're up to date on your homework? When are you having meaningful conversations with your parents? Or when are they actually getting to parent, and instruct their kid, spend time with them? Now, maybe they're getting that, on the car rides there. Maybe that's a thing that, mom and daughter or dad or whatever get to bond on those car rides, and that's meaningful to them. Yeah. But as a broad look at it, I doubt that that's happening, especially if you throw a bunch of kids in the mix. So you've got 3 kids, right? Yeah. You're just running them place.
They're all different sports, mm-hmm. And people also don't realize, because I remember when I was in high school, we were, playing, my buddy, let's call him Jerry, he has a family thing. He's not going to be playing tonight. Mm-hmm. That never happens anymore. They're always playing.
No. Yeah.
Doesn't matter what's going on.
No, yeah. You're going to miss your grandparents' funeral.
Yeah.
or you're going to, but you're going to practice the next morning. Or whatever. Yeah.
I just feel like there's less missing of games and practices. And maybe that's just in fear you won't get minutes later.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
I remember just playing basketball my freshman year. I wasn't very good. And if I wasn't very good, I wasn't going to play.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And especially me as if I'm a parent of a kid and my kid's not playing, but he's trying really hard, I'm not going to bring him to every single game because he's not going to play. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to, he's going to watch him on the bench the whole entire time. No, he'll miss 1 or 2 games or whatever because he's not going to play anyway. Just try hard in the summer and train. That's what I do. If I wanted to play, I'd work my butt off in the summer and get minutes in the fall.
I know, it's just something to think about. Youth sports are different now, and I think the people before
they're expensive.
They're expensive. But got to figure out what is important to you as a family. Yeah. Important to you for your kid, and vice versa.
That's just my unexperienced, uneducated opinion.
Uneducated, unexperienced, childless.
Yep.
Yes, take it as a grain of salt, but maybe 3 grains of salt, not just 1.
Right.
A little bit more weight on there.
Right. Seasoned
1 grain.
Salt.
Seasoned.
Lowry's.
Pink Himalayan salt, just a larger chunk.
Yeah.
It's not a grain, it's a chunk.
Yeah.
But did you look at our next topic?
Well, we got this in the way.
Soda City, hit us up, call us.
We got religion, small church versus big church.
Yeah, I just thought get a little spicy. So we talked about politics last time.
Me blind. Okay.
Talked about politics last time.
Yeah, I think. Well, from my experience,
you grew up in a small church.
I did grow up in a small church. Well, kind of, yeah.
I grew up in a big church. Mm-hmm. Now I go to a medium church. Yeah. You probably go to a medium church.
Medium-sized church. I'd say it's probably medium.
Yeah.
And I grew up in St. Louis, which is a heavily Catholic town.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
I know there's Catholic church, but is it most people Catholic?
Yeah, the majority of St. Louis, I would say, would associate as Catholic.
Or associate as Catholic, yeah.
It originated in St. Louis.
On Christmas, they say they're Catholic.
Yeah, it was founded by a Catholic French guy. So it's just pretty heavily Catholic. Mm-hmm. It's especially compared to Springfield area. This place is ridiculous. When I moved down here for college, I was church shopping and I was like, what the heck? Mm-hmm. I saw people speak in tongues for the first time. I've never seen that before.
Oh, really?
No, dude. Never. I was just shell-shocked. And then I saw, fog machines and the worship, and I was like, what is happening? No one warned me for this.
Nobody said there'd be fog machines.
Well, I just didn't expect that. I mean, I grew up in went to a Southern Baptist church, and then we moved to a different Baptist church, and then we ended up going to a small Presbyterian church. And that's where I think I mainly grew up with that's where I really founded my faith, was in that smaller church. Because I like it because it's more time to be intimate about things.
Yeah.
Especially with worship, you feel like it, corporate small worship is something I think is important. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with a big church at all. I think it's important to have as many people as can go to church should go to church. But I think some things can get lost in translation in big churches, but also in small churches, there can be legalism, which can bear a lot of bad fruit. So there's definitely pros and cons to both. But you grew up going to a big church, so you can talk on that.
Yeah, no, I think we're on the same page in that. There's pros and cons to both.
Yeah.
And nowadays every church has a mission. It's not just come to church. Every church has got their thing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And there are some things that suit a smaller church better than a big church, a medium-sized church, and all of that. And I think that a benefit of a bigger church is that it's more people, right? So you might be reaching more people, maybe. And the smaller church might be reaching people in a more intimate way, in a deeper way, right? And so that's a pro and a con for those two, right?
Yeah.
But I definitely think that there's a place for both of them. I think that not every big church is a bad church. They're on the news a lot. They get in the in a bunch of articles written about them because this person said that or they're doing this. And I think there are bad ones out there, but there are also bad small churches. Yeah. And there's tyrannical pastors of 20 people, and there's tyrannical dudes of 20,000 people. And the kind of topic that I wrote down is small church versus big church, but it's got to be small church and big church, I think. They both serve a mission. They both have Christians in them. They both have Christians leading them. And I think that the thing that Christians, churchgoers, whatever you want to call, the large body has to figure out is that they can both coexist. They both, have pros and cons. Yeah. Because there are sinful people leading them and sinful people a part of them. And we can't be ragging on each other.
What do you think are some stereotypes of big churches? Like when you say, "Oh, I go in so-so church," what do you think is the first thing that comes to someone's mind?
Well, now that you say that, I can't think of a single stereotype. But let's see. You give me a stereotype, and then I'll probably be like, yeah, that's a stereotype. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess I would just think about, like Vacation Bible School, or like Upward, or something like that. Thinking about, well, you go to this church, you probably have your kids all in this, or you might not believe in this certain topic that I would believe in because I go to a more conservative church. Yeah. But who are you to judge who believes in what just because of what church they go to? You know what I mean? I think that kind of goes with all these denominations that are. I think a lot of denominations, especially are developing in Springfield, are the non-denominational churches. Sure. I would go. I go to a non-denominational church. I guess you consider it, and then there's Assemblies of God, which is also a pretty big prevalent thing in Springfield as well.
Headquarters is here.
Yeah. I think that's where a lot of people kind of get off. That's the problem. I think that's like small church versus big churches because people. Oh, you're non-denominational. You can't prescribe to just one single denomination. Well, that's not because there wasn't denominations in Jesus' time. I don't think John the Baptist or or you got Pentecostals or you got Presbyterians or you got Methodists, Arminians. I'm running out of them in my head. It doesn't matter. Compared to
came up with stereotypes.
Oh, there we go.
You got the lights and fog and flames and cold sparks and everything. At the big churches. And then you got the Instagram pastor. They got nice hair, they got nice clothes, they say cool stuff, and then you got the reels on Instagram or whatever. And then let's see. Oh, you know what one I heard when I was growing up, because I grew up in the largest church around here. One that I always had people ask is, don't they have access to your bank account?
Oh, yeah.
And I'd say, what? They'd say, yeah, can't they see how much money you have? No.
I don't think so.
Can't say they do. Gone there for 15 years, they don't. Now, what people are getting at is like that you can like direct deposit your tithing.
Yeah.
Which like, I don't know, like every medium-sized church has a thing where you can set up like automatic tithing, you know?
Yeah.
But that's what they're getting at. And, there's a couple other ones that people would just be like, oh, don't they do this? I'm like, no. Don't. Must have been the Springfield News Leader saying that. But there are stereotypes, and then there's stereotypes with little tiny churches.
Yeah.
You know, that they can be legalistic or that they can be closed off maybe. Mm-hmm. And both have bad things and both have good things.
Yeah.
But we all need to get the gist that we're all on the same team, even though we may look at some things differently.
Yeah.
Because if we believe that Jesus is God and that he died for your sins, and we can have everlasting life with him, then we can be Christian. But then there's these other things that we maybe split us up.
Yeah.
Denominational wise,
like grape juice versus wine,
yeah,
or infant or believers baptism.
Mm-hmm. And then there's things that are like personal convictions that like, oh, I believe this or that, mm-hmm. that can be outside of a denomination kind of view.
Yeah.
Because like we both go to non-denominational churches, so like we don't have one that's like a denomination kind of thing.
Right.
But then on the third level, you and I look at things differently. Yeah. And still consider each other Christian. Just shouting at you people that say the kids aren't Christians and the Baptists aren't Christians and the aren't Christians. Only the 14th Baptists of Georgia are Christians, and we're the only ones going to heaven.
Yep.
But anyways, we're all on the same side, okay?
But so, the Garden of Eden is an Independence Missouri.
Yeah. Ooh, I love Mormons so much. I'm not even saying that sarcastically at all. I literally love you Mormons out there so much.
I went to Salt Lake City this summer, and I didn't realize, like I knew like Utah was a
Caffey, Salt Lake City.
Number 4. Was a prominent like Mormon area.
Utah?
But, yeah, but I didn't know it was that heavy.
I think Jory could say, but like when they were all being persecuted here in Missouri, they all went out there.
Yeah, I believe so. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
it's just crazy because I didn't expect to see all those Mormon temples in there.
Mormons are so cool.
I mean, the temples look pretty cool though. With
they make them nice.
All the structures and stuff. Mm-hmm. And every Mormon I met was very nice.
They're
I played basketball with them.
Nice. They're so nice.
Yeah.
They're put together. They're educated. They're all smart people.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't run into a stupid Mormon.
I mean, I don't know.
Or have you ever ran into a stupid Mormon? No. Every Mormon I know is smart.
Yeah?
I'm just calling it how it is.
What do you think that means?
They just put a high value on education.
Yeah.
Like I think the religion or the, if you want to say denomination, like Mormon parents in general put a high value on education. Yeah. Formal education. Yeah. So
BYU?
BYU. I don't know, man. I don't think
Brigham Young University? That's what that stands for, I'm pretty sure.
Brigham Young.
Brigham Young. Yeah.
Brigham Young.
Oh. I did not see you say it like that. Is that what you heard?
That's what I thought you said.
Oh my gosh, no.
What is it? Ring by Spring? That's any or not in any Bible college. Ring by Spring, right?
I don't know.
Right, Dory?
What?
Ring by Spring? Yeah.
Oh, like wedding
ring by Spring.
Oh, yeah.
MRS degree. Yeah. So there's a stereotype for like just Christians in general, probably. Like going to a Bible college. Yeah. Getting married young. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay. So to leave religion now. Fast food, Brandon. Fast food. What is your top 3 rankings of favorite fast food places? If you have to eat fast food, because I think Brandon and I probably don't eat a lot of fast food, but fast food, yep. That's it. Time out.
What classifies as fast food?
I think anything that has a drive-through.
Okay, if we're going by that.
Yeah. And let's leave out like regional things or. No, we can have them in
local
there.
places.
Yeah, I think we can have local places.
I know this.
Number 5, Soda City Taffy, sponsor us.
Yeah, I know this podcast is going.
Brought to you by Soda City Saltwater Taffy.
International, so people won't understand if we mention Black Sheep.
All right, top 3.
Top 3. Mm-hmm. I gotta say it. Wendy's is pretty reliable.
Yep.
Wendy's is a reliable place. They'll get your order right probably 85% of the time, which is pretty good. They don't have blue Powerade, though. They don't have blue Powerade.
Red Powerade?
Only orange or red Powerade.
Orange. He's from St. Louis, people. Orange Powerade.
They only have those 2 flavors of Powerade. Isn't that wild? Because McDonald's has a monopoly.
Why would you have
Powerade.
orange but not blue?
Because the McDonald's has the blue Powerade.
That's stupid. Aren't they both Coca-Cola?
Yeah, they're owned by Coke. Yeah.
Huh.
So yeah, Wendy's.
Wendy just could not get her hand on the blue Powerade.
I guess you couldn't. And then I mean.
So is that your number 3?
I would say that I'm gonna just put them out there and then I'll stack them.
Okay.
I gotta say it, Cane's.
I can't
Cane's, man.
agree with you at all, but
Okay.
that's okay.
Every time I see a Cane's, I'm like, that's a good place to go. And then Panda.
You're such a loser.
Panda is amazing. Are you kidding me? You get so much food for like $8. I mean, what? You said anything with a drive-through.
I know.
You said anything with a drive-through.
I'll give it to you as a drive-through, but
because you know what,
Panda Express.
I love Panda Express. I know there's people out there that I got E. coli for Panda Express. I was on the toilet for 30 minutes because of Panda. I got all
Panda
these
Express.
things.
I'll put in the non-Chinese category. Same as you would put in Mexican Villa as Mexican food.
Yeah,
it's just a white person calling Mexican food.
Actually, you know what Mexican food that let me down last week?
What?
Prima's let me down.
Really?
They let me down big
Why?
time. Well, it was my wife's birthday, and
So to Sid,
Yeah.
34.
she's not 34. And she likes Mexican food, so I was like, okay, what's by work? And I look at Prima's, is like not that far.
Wait, you didn't have a reservation somewhere?
No, she was.
You were
long.
just like, just.
She wanted me to pick it up, so I was like, yes, ma'am, I'll pick it up.
You didn't have a reservation. All right, anyways.
I mean,
first anniversary. Oh, it's her birthday, not her anniversary. Never mind.
You're right.
I'm stupid. But you're like a year and a half right now. It's because I'm not Mormon.
Yeah, we're about a year and a half.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's her birthday.
It was her birthday, and I picked up Prima's, and it was hot dog water.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Like, it was bad.
They just put a bunch of crap in the to-go and
There was
call it
no
good.
flavor, man.
No flavor.
There was no flavor. If Prima's wants to give me a free meal because I said this, they should totally.
Prima's, if you want to sponsor us because of this bad review, then feel free to sponsor us.
I'm not bashing the
We'll throw
restaurant.
your logo on the
I'm
thing.
not bashing the restaurant. I'm just saying I had a bad experience.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. I usually have good food, Prima's. I like their queso that has the ground beef in it. Okay, so stack them.
Okay, so we got. I'm gonna do Wendy's number 1 because
Wendy's number 1.
It's so local, and you're always gonna be by one.
Local?
Like, yeah, no matter where you go, there's gonna be a Wendy's.
Okay. They're so...
I should
they're
say
everywhere.
I should say local.
Glocal.
And then I'm gonna say Panda, then Cane's.
Panda, then Cane's. Okay, so I've got Five Guys.
Do they have a drive-through?
No, but can we count them as fast food?
You can't. You literally said the classification was a drive-through.
Oh gosh. Okay. Crap. So
I
let's
just
do.
destroyed it.
Let's do. I'm gonna say, White Castle.
What? Did you just say White Castle? What blue-collar worker are you?
I tell Dory I'm a baby blue collar worker, because I work on the laptop in the week and then usually at an event with my hands
Buddy.
on the weekend.
I can't believe you just said White Castle.
Okay, White Castle.
Your opinion just went out the window. No matter what you say, it's out the window.
Taco Bell. Okay, Taco Bell's another one. So White Castle, Taco Bell, and really, let's say In-N-Out. So,
In-N-Out?
Yeah. What, you don't like In-N-Out?
I put Shake Shack above In-N-Out.
Well, I like Shake Shack, but I don't think I've ever been to a standalone Shake Shack.
What do you mean?
Like with a drive-thru.
There is one in St. Louis in Chesterfield.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Shake Shack takes honorable mention for both of us then.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Taco Bell, it doesn't matter where you get it. It will always be reliable because they use the same 2 ingredients in every single item.
Yeah.
Just beans, cheese, good to go. So, Taco Bell, I'm going to do number 2, In-N-Out number 1, and White Castle number 3. Now listen. White Castle, it's not their whole menu. It is literally specifically only their little regular hamburger cheese sliders, the cheeseburger sliders. That's it. That's the only thing I like from them. I could knock
That's the only thing they have, isn't it?
No, I think they have a full menu, but I could knock back 20 of those. And specifically, if we want to get specific, I could literally eat 20 of the White Castle frozen, like they sell it in the frozen aisle at the grocery store, and you warm them up in the microwave. I could eat 20 of those. It doesn't even have to be from White Castle.
I put McDonald's above White Castle.
No, you can't.
Even though McDonald's has raised their prices.
Oh, really?
A lot, man. It's like $18 for 2 people now.
Yeah, McDonald's.
Oh yeah, so comment below if you think White Castle should be served to human beings, or it should be made,
or if it
should be specifically prescribed for dog food.
It's just gerbil food. Anyways, this has been
In-N-Out, really?
Yeah, I like In-N-Out. You don't like In-N-Out? They got a good chocolate shake.
I went there once and it wasn't that great. Maybe I didn't order. I don't think I ordered right.
Yeah, you didn't order right.
I didn't get the animal style or whatever they call it.
What?
Yeah, they have like a secret menu.
Oh no, I don't.
You know what's overrated?
I'm really a square.
You know what's overrated? Whataburger. Whataburger is overrated.
Whataburger. Now I like Whataburger, but I won't like choose it over many things. Like I would choose Taco Bell over Whataburger.
I mean the burgers are big.
I'd probably choose Wendy's over Whataburger. But yeah, hey, comment below your favorite fast food restaurant, food place. This has been episode 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's 5 in Spanish? Cinco. This has been episode 5 of Nobody Asked for This, where we talk about things that you didn't ask about and you don't care about and you didn't ask our opinion for. So anyways, have a good day, night, evening, morning, 3 a.m.,
afternoon,
whatever time you're watching this. See ya.